He sees an ad on TV. He dials 1-800-653. He pays $20 for the thing, plus shipping and handling. He needs to know if it's good or bad, but the end result is usually sad. So next time you see it advertised, don't buy it or you'll be surprised. Watch the videos and you can refer to the product tester.
Alright, so here we are again today. A couple weeks ago we tested the slap chop, and we just found the build quality wasn't that great, and actually the thing kind of exploded when we tried to test the sweet potato. So my father-in-law a couple of weeks ago brought over this that he had seen, and he actually bought it in the store. So I was just curious to see how it held up against, or how it did against the slap chop. We all remember the slap chop video that we did. So the first thing I noticed about the Cuisinart one is the blades don't go past the end of the plastic piece. In this one, they definitely do. So that's just a bad design flaw. The other thing I noticed, just out of curiosity, when you keep on pushing it and the blade spins, in the Cuisinart one, it has this little fin here that acts to scrape the stuff off the edge, I guess. The Cuisinart one, it's flimsy a little bit, but pretty much the same, the W of death, the same basic design. I think the area of the Cuisinart one is a little bit bigger, but I don't think it's as deep. Maybe, but we'll give it a shot and see how it does. See if things tend to get stuck in it like it did before. Oh, this onion's going to be tough. I think this onion is frozen. Well, we'll see how it does anyway. See how it does. We just cut it down just a little bit. And we'll peel it off here. And how the onions freeze. It's outside in the refrigerator. Again, it doesn't do real well from, if you can see. You almost got to cut the stuff down far enough where you don't really need it. So if you cut it down, you got to keep cutting it to make it fit underneath of there. Well, if you cut it down so much, why do you need the thing? Alright, so let's just give it a shot. Pretty much the same result as before. The blades are still, a little, you guys still got to clean them out. It does kind of stick a little bit. Now the way this one comes apart, pretty much the same. You twist off there, and we'll rinse it off in here. This comes out of here. Now the one thing that Vince from the Slap Chop and the ShamWow was saying that the other ones that he tested didn't have that feature that you can get to the blades. Well, yeah, you can definitely get to the blades, just like that, and it does a pretty good job. According to the news today, Vince got himself in a little bit of trouble. Vince got himself in a mess that I don't even think the ShamWow can clean up. How funny is that? Let's try doing a little piece of sweet potato like we did last time. Let me rinse the knife off so we don't get onion sweet potato. Oops. Alright, we're just going to cut a little piece of this up, just like we did before. So sweet potato, this stuff is no joke. And I would venture a guess that we're gonna have the same issue. Yeah. Exactly the same issue. Oh, it's sticking. I think it's just a flaw in the design of all these things. You got the sweet potato stuck in there, and it's gonna probably go flying across the room just like the slap chop did. But I'm not gonna stick my hands in there. It's gonna get killed. There. So the same type of result with the sweet potato. These springs aren't that strong. You deal with some olives. Got that, cameraman? I will say that the blades are kept a lot cleaner with this thing. I don't know why, but they're definitely kept cleaner. But again, you got schmutz in there, as they say, so you're gonna have to clean it out again. And I wouldn't say it's any easier or harder to take apart. It's pretty much the same. So, if I were to buy one of these, I think I would stick with the Cuisinart brand, then the slap chop, just because it seems it's a heck of a lot more solidly built. It's the thing that I had the biggest problem with in the slap chop is the same thing that good old Vincey seems to love the most, is that it comes apart, like this. But I think that in and of itself makes it a lot more flimsy than the Cuisinart. But the Cuisinart, like this little piece in the slap chop, it's a piece of crap. As it's a really flimsy piece of plastic, and nothing fits on real tightly on this slap chop. So you would think, over time, you can even hear it rattle. This one in here, this piece in here, which is the cleaner, it's a much sturdier piece of plastic than the other one. But still, just the product as a whole. By the time you get it cut down to the point that you're going to use a slap chop, you could just cut it with a knife and get it a lot done quicker. And the only thing I've found that it's good for is cutting olives, because cutting olives with a knife is hard. Cutting it with this thing is pretty easy, and it doesn't make a whole lot of mess. A little bit of mess in there, but you want to cut up olives or something that's much more difficult to cut with a knife. I think you got something. But if you're just going to try to use it to cut all the stuff that you put in the salad or whatever, or just use a knife. The little teeny things, you can use these things. And if I had my choice between the Cuisinart or the slap chop, I would go with the Cuisinart. Just my professional opinion, because I can give it. So, ta-ta for now.